You know, we often think of ourselves as being at the top of the evolutionary ladder, right? I mean, we're at the pinnacle, right? We are so smart and advanced, and everything else is, beneath us. Well, actually, if you go back millions of years, we were once in the same position as those other animals. We were just trying to claw our way out of the mud and learn how to walk upright and use tools and stuff like that. And it was a long, hard process, and we had to really struggle for survival. And then even after we had developed into modern humans, Homo sapiens, we still had to contend with all of the other species of humans that were out there. There was like Homo erectus and Homo habilis and Homo neanderthalensis, the Neanderthals. And we had to compete with them for resources. And it was a tough, tough existence. So here's a sample of some of the things that early hominids had to deal with all those millions of years ago. First up, we got the environment. The climate back then was pretty harsh. It was hot and cold and wet and dry. And there were all kinds of crazy animals everywhere. I mean, just think about it. You're walking through the jungle, and all of a sudden you got to climb up a tree because a lion wants to eat you. But not just any lion, a saber-toothed cat, a freaking giant saber-toothed cat. So yeah, the environment was pretty rough. Then there were the other hominid species, right? The Neanderthals, the Homo erectus. They were all vying for the same limited resources. And they weren't exactly friendly, right? They were constantly fighting over territory and food. And it was a brutal existence. But maybe the worst part of it all was the lack of technology. I mean, just think about it. You're living in a world where there's no cars or phones or internet. You have to walk everywhere and communicate by yelling. And your only form of entertainment is hunting wild animals for sport. It's no wonder that so many of these early hominids went extinct. I mean, just think about it. If you were an early hominid, would you have been able to survive? Could you hack it back then? I think that's a tough question to answer, honestly. I mean, I like to think that I could have survived, but then again, I've never really been tested. I mean, the most primitive I've ever gotten is when I went camping last week and I had to start a fire with a ferrocerium flint and steel. It took me forever and my hands were sore and I was hungry and I almost got eaten by a bear. I was like, this is way too much work. I'm going back to civilization. Yeah, I think if I'd gone back further and I was a real hominid, I probably would have been eaten by a saber-toothed cat. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, the platform suggests that you watch this one. Thanks for watching.